Nintendo Switch. Is that what you wanted to hear? That's what I wanted to say? Okay, so Nintendo has taken a page out of Apple's playbook and decided to stop your previous edition from working in order to force you to buy the new one. Okay, the Nintendo Switch update number yada yada, number and yada yada, because there's 20.0.1. Like, who wants to read all that? It's update numbers, okay?
3 numbers, my guy.
They're causing issues with the Switches. They're being bricked upon startup. They're not being able to read cards. It's a huge mess. Once again, referring back to the whole Apple thing. The update was supposed to add new features to the home menu. It was supposed to bring virtual game cards and game share features in order to get ready for the launch of the Switch 2, what they're wanting you to now buy because they're destroying your old console. They've addressed some of the issues. They're working on a fix. They are, however, nicely enough, going to fix your console with no charge, despite it not being covered by the warranty, which is a big Nintendo move. I don't really know what they're going to do to, like, save your information if you don't have it linked to an account or anything. You're probably out of luck on that. But if you have everything linked to an account, you should be fine. You should get everything back. And worst case scenario, they just send you a different Switch, and maybe it's better because they've got plenty of stock at this point. If you send in a V1 or V2, maybe you get an OLED back. Just tell them it's bricked and send it to them. See what happens.
I would say if you haven't updated yet and you're watching this, don't. To either 20.0.0 or 20.0.1 because there's issues with both of them. They are working on a fix. The 20.0.1 was supposed to be the fix for 20.0.0 and clearly didn't work very well because that is the one that's making it so people can't read their game cards, which is very useful.
Which that honestly, it brings us to a point where as a gaming community, all of us, we should know at this point, if there is an update launched, never download it immediately. Give it a moment. It's like any game nowadays, okay? Day one release or whatever, it's going to be broken. There's going to be something wrong. Give them a little bit and update it. It's not like it was a necessary. Switch isn't one of those things where it's like, hey, you can't do this because you haven't installed the update yet. With all of them. Some of them it has an issue with that, but not all of them. So if Switch, especially it being, not the Switch 2, but the Switch releasing an update when it's a 7-8-year-old console, maybe give it a week. Maybe. Just one? Possibly. I haven't updated mine yet. I don't even know when this came out, but I haven't updated mine, and I won't. So, mine still
I've
works.
jumped on this bandwagon. I've stopped updating OBS at this point because it always just causes issues.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
I haven't updated OBS since, like, 2023. Every time it asks me, I'm just like, nah, they remind me later.
Remind me later. Every time you open it.
Yep. It's a wonderful way to live, okay? Because it's just a reminder that you're using it outdated, but you're using it.
It still works fine.
Yeah. Does everything it needs to. Does everything it did 2 years ago. It still does it now. So I have no complaints. Thank you, updates, for allowing me to tell you no. And no means no.
I will say, I can't guarantee that Nintendo will also offer you a free fix, despite no longer being under warranty. This was coming from someone specifically who had updated to 20.0.1 and had just the card reading issues. They hadn't updated to 20.0.0, skip that one. So maybe if you are completely bricked, there would be a different story. I don't know.
Also, that's going to say
find out.
It doesn't affect everybody. Not everybody who did this update is having problems. A lot of the people
Of course.
that are having problems are people who have modded Switch. And let's be honest here. If you have a modded Switch, why are you updating it? Why would you need to? It's modded. What issues are you expecting to solve with an update on something that you're using, not what it's made for?
Is this a thing for modded switches?
Yes, it was causing an issue with modded switches. It was bricking them because it was reading what they had on there as it was trying to update it, which is how mods
Okay.
work. Okay, once you mod something beyond its factory settings and then you try to update its factory settings, guess what? They don't mix. So stop it. If you want to update your Switch and you have a modded one, buy a new one. Because no, leave it alone. There have been, I have a modded PS3. When I did it, it was very clear in the instructions. Once you do this, don't update it. There's a reason. So, if you have a modded Switch, stop. Just enjoy that. You don't need anything more. There, you want the new home screen? Buy a Switch 2, I guess. I don't know. Download a file that gives you a new homepage. Stop. Just stop. Okay. My goodness.
Yeah, I should say the updates were preparing for the Switch 2, which is funny wording considering it bricked it.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
supposed to bring the virtual game cards and the game share feature icons to the homepage so that you could use them when the Switch 2 drops.
Okay. So icons. That's what people are
Icons.
People are bricking their Switches over icons.
I had a look at the update patch notes. I didn't actually see them saying that the features were available yet, because obviously I don't think they are until the Switch 2 launches. I think it was just the icons.
So you're updating it, and
Which
it's
is
not
hilarious.
even updating yet. What?
So even if you did the update and don't have a brick Switch now, you don't get anything for it.
Yeah. Other than you were lucky, apparently. What I want is an update for my Switch Pro controller that gives it a C button. That's what I want. I wonder if they're going to be there's got to be. Somebody's going to create a mod where you can add a C button to a first edition Switch Pro controller.
I guarantee you it's far more likely for there to be mods to remove the C button from the new one.
Really? You think? I could see it being an issue where like you accidentally hit it and it tries to launch you over into it, and you're in the middle of an intense battle in Fortnite, because that's a day one launch on the Switch 2. You're just in the middle of a battle royale. You accidentally hit the C button, and now you can't play the game because it's trying to launch you over into the chat menu. And you know what? You didn't want to talk to anybody anyways, so that could be an issue. Or perhaps the button gets sticky and it just auto presses every now and then, because some people
sticky keys with the
some people got sticky buttons, so they're waiting for GTA 6.
We do have new specs though for the Switch 2. I have read through all 5 or 6 pages of it and picked out a few points of things that I thought were actually worth talking about.
Yeah.
We spoke a couple of weeks ago, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, about the variable refresh rate. All mentions of it being scrubbed from the website. I thought that was an interesting way to do that. It is confirmed, though, that VRR will at least be on the actual tablet itself, so it will work in handheld mode. Whether it works for the TV, I couldn't find. I didn't see anything about it. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Weird if it didn't, but this is Nintendo we're talking about.
Yeah.
The CPU and GPU were both just listed as custom NVIDIA processor, which is pretty standard for Nintendo. But I'm sure as soon as, honestly, before the Switch 2 releases, I'm sure somebody will get their hands on one and figure out what it is.
Oh, yeah.
The handheld screen is 1080 120Hz. I believe we already knew this, but I couldn't remember if we specifically knew that you could use the 120Hz option in handheld mode. Turns out you can. Surround sound for the built-in speakers will require a system update, which means there is already a day one patch for a console that doesn't release for 3 weeks. They have also said,
maybe don't download it day one.
Maybe you don't.
Maybe wait a week, before you need another Switch 2.
They have also said media outlets have been warned that they may not receive their consoles until launch day, so they can't do reviews for launch day because of other, and I quote, significant day one patches. I don't know what that is. No one does at this point. I'm interested to find out.
This leads a little bit into my conspiracy theory that the Switch 2 has been, finished for like years at this point.
The Switch 2 might have been, to be fair.
And they're just, they as it's getting closer and closer to the date, you're not like, what would work? We should do this. And they're like, yeah, write that in a program somewhere and we'll release it as a patch.
I obviously, we've seen the TikTok. I thought you were a moron for saying that about GTA. But in terms of the Switch 2, we were getting pro leaks a while ago, and they specifically delayed it because they didn't have enough games ready.
Yeah.
So it could have been that this was ready a while ago.
I will say, you knock on my GTA stuff, but it got a comment, didn't it? You're welcome. Yeah.
The USB, you'll have to go watch it to find out. The USB ports, the one on the bottom is for charging and docking only, and accessories can only be plugged into the top port. I can't see this being an issue for 99% of users.
What if I want to put it in the dock upside down?
Can't do it, I'm afraid.
What if I want to plug my controller to the bottom of it because I don't want the cord going across the top of the screen because I'm playing it in a handheld with a controller because I've lost all hope in humanity? Like, seriously. Come on, Nintendo. Why couldn't you just make both of them do both? What's the issue here? Why is there a huge difference between the charging docking only and the accessories plug? Why do we have to have that? And if that's the case, how come I couldn't have two accessories plugged in? What if I need to charge my controller and I want to use my webcam? Huh? What about that, Nintendo? You literally made an add-on plug-in thing and only gave me one place to plug things in at. What have you done here?
Yeah.
Man.
It still has an audio jack. It seems like this should go without saying, but with how they're following in Apple's footsteps, seemingly, I thought it was worth noting. The regular micro SD cards, not the express ones, the regular micro SD cards can be put in and will be recognized, but you can't do anything in terms of any games with them. They can only be used to store or move screenshots or captured footage, which is fair.
That's not bad. I actually, wait a minute, because I don't even think you could do that with the Switch 1.
Can you not? I wouldn't know.
Because like I said before, I've complained about this a couple times. The Switch 1 is locked to where when you put an SD card in there, it locks it to the serial number of that Switch, so you can't take it out of one and put it into another one. So if it does that, then
well, maybe you still can't.
That has to include screenshots and stuff too, because it just immediately will not recognize the card at all.
Oh.
So if this is allowing you to move screenshots and captured footage, then that means it must not lock it to a serial number. Which, if that's true, if that's what this is telling us, that's huge. Thank you, Nintendo. If that is not what this is telling us, why? Why are we still with this? But hopefully it is, because hopefully this is an upgrade and an improvement to where you can actually physically move things in between consoles, because you couldn't before, or at least I couldn't. I can't get it figured out. Apparently Reddit doesn't know either, so everybody just says you have to rip it.
Maybe they just mean moving it from the console to a PC. I don't know. They weren't very specific about it.
Oh, so you're saying you could just put an SD card in there, grab screenshots and stuff off of it, and then just move it to... Yeah, I mean,
maybe
that could be...
Or maybe you can do it to another console.
That could be.
Well,
if you could do it to another console, then that's a fix. That's an immediate upgrade. There's something we have not had. So I hope that's it. If it's the other one, then that's not really news. Other than you could put a regular micro SD card. But I mean, you're gonna buy it express anyways, because if you have a Switch 2, they require that to be able to play it. So if you're putting an SD card in there, it's going to be an express. I still haven't got my hands on one yet, and I don't know that I need one immediately, because the hardware size is big enough right now. other than, when I get a couple of years in
Yeah,
and have more games. But as of now, I don't see it being a problem. I think it'll probably be a year or two before I ever need to buy an express card, which is great for me because they'll be
maybe.
on sale by then. It won't be like the fresh new thing that everybody's trying to grab.
Yeah, I don't see myself buying one immediately if I eventually get the Switch 2.
You are.
Um, the battery life is anything from 2 to 6.5 hours, depending on what you're playing. 6.5 being the maximum, I believe, is
Heard that before.
lower, a fair bit lower compared to the Switch 1. But we have spoken about this before, and I don't believe either of us have an issue with that because, I mean, look at the Steam Deck and stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to play better games on it, you're not getting 12 hours of it. That's a trade-off you have to make.
Yeah.
But if you charge it in sleep mode, it only takes like 3 hours.
Let's be honest. Most of the time, you're playing this in docked mode. Okay. Especially
Exactly.
now with the dock upscaling everything. Come on, like you're gonna be able to get 4K from Switch. It's gonna be in the dock. It's gonna live its life in the dock. It's not even gonna know what being touched feels like. It's gonna be Never mind. I'm not gonna go with that. I was about to insult a lot of people. Let's not do that. But it's gonna be in the dock, and it's gonna get played that way. And it's going to look great while doing it. So, yeah.
They have released official operating temperatures. These aren't CPU temperatures. This is the environment of which you can use it in temperatures.
Oh.
It says the minimum is 41 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 degrees Celsius, and the maximum is 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. So I don't know if anyone remembers the big deal everyone had about the heat wave we had a couple years ago, and people saying their switches were going to melt.
That might be the case.
I'm just looking forward to Bob putting this one in the oven again.
So 95 degrees. Both of the
That is lower, I believe.
Both of the extremes here, like 41 degrees and 95 degrees, are both temperatures it gets above and below here. So at any point during the summer, I can go outside. It is over 95, so I'm not playing the Switch. And then in the winter, it gets below 41, so I can't go outside playing the Switch. So, like I said, it's going to be in the dock. And guess where the dock is? Inside.
Yeah, there are absolutely extreme, not even particularly extreme weather events anymore. Just the extremes of what weather gets to these days.
Yeah.
Is more than what the Switch 2 can apparently handle.
Which seems it's making me ask so many questions. Like, does my phone have these limitations? Because I've ignored them. If it does, like why does the Switch specifically have these limitations? Like, what person was building this and was like, hey, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, it'll work. 96, it's gone. So.
Your phone does also have these limitations, and they will be measured somewhere. At most, any device with a lithium battery will typically have these sort of limitations.
Well, I've been outside in colder and hotter temperatures than what the Switch 2 can handle, and my phone still works. So, Nintendo, stop it. Stop adding these limitations. Let me play outside in 32-degree weather, okay? How am I supposed to throw a snowball at my Switch if I can't go outside with it? Come on. I'm not supposed to throw the Switch in a snowball to win the game because it knocks little Jeremy out. How am I supposed to do that if I can't take it out there and be able to play with it again? I'm not sacrificing my Switch to win the game, but I could use it to win the game. You see what I'm saying? Also, how am I supposed to go down the slip and slide? Playing the Switch. That's why handheld mode is a thing. So you can go down a slide while playing it. I bet it's not even waterproof, is it?
I doubt it.
Nintendo, come on. Put an OtterBox on that thing and let's wrap it up. Since you want to be like Apple so much.
That's everything that I picked out. That's everything that I picked out that I thought was worth talking about. As I said, there's like 5 pages of this.
Oh yeah, there are so many. Look, if you're one of those people that likes watching that videos with a bunch of useless information that is like confirmed find one of these other videos that's talking about it in depth, every little microscope of information you could possibly want to know. We're not that. We don't do that. We'll give you some things we thought were interesting. Honestly, my opinion, I was gonna say the Switch 2 information leaked. It's better than the Switch 1. That was gonna be what I went with. He wanted to get a little bit more into specifics, which is perfectly fine because he didn't list out all 5 pages. But we're not doing that. No, not us. Even after I get one, I'm not gonna go that much into detail. I'm gonna be like, look at it. It works. Okay. I will say newer designs and everything with the Switch 2. We did get another new design for Diddy Kong. How about that?
We did indeed.
Yeah, he's more in line with his movie portrayal. We don't know what games he'll be in. Confirmed. I'm assuming Mario Kart.
If any.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. What if they change the design just to not put him in a game? He's just gonna be one of those little
It
icons you
happens
can
sometimes.
get.
Maybe, yeah.
So he looks a little
Yeah,
different.
he looks vaguely different.
Nothing like
He's slightly fatter now.
nothing
and he
like
has
the
a
Donkey
different logo
Kong.
on his hat.
like Donkey
No.
Kong is a huge change. This is you can't really see it. Like if you told me they were the same picture, just one was a better resolution, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Not much going on here.
He looks a bit more like he did in the movie, I think, is the idea, with the hat logo being different.
Yeah. Maybe it's to get him ready for the new up and coming movie, which name was leaked, Super Mario World. And now it's okay, so it's a leak, but it's not like an actual. So what happened was they accidentally said the name and then realized they weren't supposed to and took it away. So it wasn't. It was like a Tom Holland leak. Okay. So Super Mario World is going to be the next movie, unless they pull Marvels and change it somewhere in the development. But as of right now, it's code name Super
After
Mario
release.
World. So
Yeah, Universal has these events just like every company does, much like the Nintendo Directs, showcasing upcoming movies, and the next Mario movie was named in the article they published about it afterwards, and they named it Super Mario World, and then immediately deleted it.
that's
So
interesting. Like I don't see what are you worried about? What is honestly leaking? Somebody please, if anybody has any context to this, what possible damage can be done from leaking the name? I
don't know.
don't get it. Like people now know the name of what they are supposed to get excited for. Okay. Did you want to leave it as a big reveal? Like, did you want to start playing the trailer and then at the end be like, Super Mario World? And you wanted that to be the first time everybody read it? Like, woohoo. We know the name. I mean, wowie zowie. We know the name. Like,
Well, it seems like they're going for a world theme,
oh, yeah.
because we have Mario Kart World and now Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Obviously, Super Mario World is the name of the game, and they're naming the movie after the old game. But is this a new theme they're going with? Are we getting a Super Mario Planet? Is the next 3D Mario going to be Mario Galaxy, except it's just one planet now? Super Mario World.
Mario Galaxy World.
Downgrading a bit.
Super Mario Odyssey World. That would be. Oh, I can't wait to get Mario Party World. That'll be fun.
Hell
That's
yeah.
actually a good name. Mario Party World. Come on, Nintendo, where's that one at? Huh? You're giving us Superstars and Super Mario Party and Mario Party Super like Jamboree. Really? Could have been Mario Party World. Could have
That
been.
is fair. But while you wait for Mario Party World coming out, we have new news about a very old Mario Party. Mario Party 4 has officially been decompiled, which means modders have the original code.
People with brick switches right now.
Yes. Have the original code for Mario Party 4, which means that they can recompile it, which is what you do to kind of package a game to send it out to run on a device. 4 different devices, which means it could maybe work on PC soon. And if that does, then you could reuse this process to make more native ports for GameCube games on PC. So it's not technically emulating it anymore. It's sort of deconstructing and then repackaging a game to work somewhere. It's the same way that they got Sonic Unleashed to work on PC, and now there's a bunch of Xbox 360 emulators.
Well, is Diddy Kong
This could be the same
in Mario Party 4? Because if so, we should decompile this image and upload his new look. Have the new Diddy Kong in the old Mario Party. Somebody make that happen. I want to see it. Or maybe he's not in the game. Just add him. I will say, okay, that's an issue. Mario Party, all right, just a second. I'm going to take a little bit of a tangent, a little bit of a rant here. Mario Party is always an issue to me because, as you see with the Mario Kart and now the Mario Kart World, yada yada, we have all these characters we can choose from. Why is Mario Party so limited? How come we don't get those 62 different characters that we can choose on there? How come we don't get little plug-in games like Zelda, Splatoon? Like, we don't get those characters in Mario Party. Why not? We get them other places.
Good point, actually.
So, Nintendo, can we do something about that, please? Maybe? I don't know. Like, what's up? I'd like it.
I don't know why everything is still just Mario themed. So, like, why is it Mario Party? Why is it not Nintendo Party now?
Yeah,
and you get just like all the Smash Brothers characters.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because yeah, it's called Smash. It's not called Mario.
It's not Mario Fighters. 6.
It's called Mario Kart,
Street,
but like you've got everybody else in it. It could be Nintendo Kart.
Exactly.
I mean, I get the name as a thing, but like you can move on from it.
I mean, yeah, it's a series thing, I suppose. Yeah,
you're not calling it the Mario Switch 2.
They might if they could.
I mean, there will be a Mario Edition Switch 2 at some point, which will have minor differences.
Of course.
It'll be a little red here.
Slightly different shade of red that we'll be super excited about.
And it'll be something that's easy for them to do. It won't be like, custom done. It'll be something like the Joy-Cons are red. So like the whole base package of the console is the exact same. You just get different Joy-Cons. And they're like, look at this, it's all new.
Not even that. It'll just be the strip things you can pop out that we talked about last week. Just be them with the Mario logo.
The little straps that hold them to your wrist. It'll have an M on it.
Color of the Joy-Con ring is still blue and pink or whatever it is.
Yeah, salmon, sir.
Sorry, my apologies.
It'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the additions that we get of it. We haven't even gotten the console yet, and I can't wait to see how the other ways are that we can get it. So that's
Sounds good.
Hopefully, they don't.
That's all the Nintendo news I could really find this week. There's a couple Lego sets releasing, but you can't buy them. They're for like Lego Insider members only, so I don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to talk about them.
That works.
Moving on. Where do you want to go next? The world is your oyster.
I don't know. You said moving on, so I thought you were just going to lead into something.
There is no good segue, really.
I mean, I could have probably made. Hold on, let's see.
I know you're the master of you know what, I'll let you.
Hold on, let me take a quick scroll here. Let's see. So last thing we were talking about was the native ports for GameCube, yada yada, Mario Party 4. We were going on a tangent about Mario and everything like that. We were talking about how come they don't call it Nintendo World, yada yada. And that makes me think of another place called Disney World. And you know what Disney owns? Many characters that are going to be in the new Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts 4. So we've got some new screenshots of that. That's a new game. I heard they canceled one. Wasn't this one though? There was the Nintendo's.
You didn't get the clip farming, man.
The Nintendo's Missing Link mobile game. No, I absolutely did away with that. Here, look, you go. Nobody will know that you did this separately. You go, do it.
Okay, sure. We're gonna cut around this so that the TikTok looks more authentic. Square Enix cancels the next Kingdom Hearts game. That next game, of course, being Missing Link. Kingdom Hearts 4 is fine, but gotcha.
See, it works. And only people that were here for the episode. If you were here for the episode, congratulations. You got to see both of those.
All 12 of you.
Yeah. You're being a little optimistic, aren't you?
I've seen the stats. It's at least 12.
It's probably like 5, and then they, can't finish it all at once, so they go back to it.
You don't have to ruin it for me.
Well,
but yes, there are new screenshot that way.
Yeah.
That way, there are new screenshots. Bang on screen. I'll scroll through them. It looks cool. It looks very polished. It looks a bit too polished. I don't know. Obviously, it's a PS5 game. I've only played the original Kingdom Hearts at this point, but it's still.
So you're saying
I haven't seen the evolution of the characters.
Over polished?
Well, it doesn't look the same, does it? That's a different bloke. That's a whole different guy.
I will say, I was joking.
Look at the polygons, man.
I was joking, but he really does look Final Fantasy. Now, of course, there has been some chatter about how he's not going to look like this everywhere. This is specifically to the world he's currently in. And if you take that and look at it, the world picture that you see, he's outside in a city. The other two pictures of him where he's the same type looking, there are cars. So I can assume that these are in this same city.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
This could just be a realistic universe that he's in, or planet, world, however it is that Kingdom Hearts does that, because I can't remember. It's been too many years since I played one.
The metro city kind of.
So that could be how he looks in this world, and he doesn't look like this everywhere else. Because
maybe
he does change from place to place. He's been in many shapes, forms, and sizes. So this is just this one, in my opinion. This is just this one. And they're going to release it in stages to get your. Once again, I'm going to go on a rant about anticipation, even though everybody's excited for the. If anybody is excited for this game, they're already excited for this game. Just release the game, okay? Just release the game. Just give us the game.
They're not done with it. Is the point?
They're not done with it. Do you see this? He is mid-combat in a level, and it's not broken.
That is a screenshot, my friend.
There's a screenshot of in-game play, though. Unlike GTA 6, they have the balls to show us in-game. Okay, now
I'm fine with them
still
waiting
image
because I still got all the others to play. As I said, I've only played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
the first one.
Yeah, and plus,
I got a lot more to get through.
After this one launches, you got to give it a couple of weeks before it runs right. That's what the people who pre-ordered Doom found out, anyways. Doom: The Dark Age is released. Apparently, it's been broken quite a bit, which circles back to the whole beginning of this episode. If it's new, perhaps give it a couple of days. That's the world we live in, and people just can't accept that for some reason. It's not going to change. It's going to stay that way because we keep buying it. We keep pre-ordering games that haven't been proven to work yet. We pay extra to play them early for them to not work during that time, and by the time it's fixed, everybody else can play the game. Stop. If you stop pre-ordering the garbage, they'll stop launching it as broken. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. They'll probably just delay when they actually care about it, but we could try, people. We could try. It looks interesting. I
haven't seen any issues with it.
There's a simulation.
I think it might be a PC thing.
Clean things. Even if it is just PC, don't allow it to be available.
It's fair.
Broken. Yeah. Gaming companies are going to continue to get away with this as long as we support them. Maybe we shouldn't. Nintendo, Apple, They're all going to get away with it as long as we support them. Maybe we shouldn't.
That being said, Assassin's Creed Shadows has been deemed an internal success at Ubisoft, and they have now delayed a number of other announced projects to try and emulate this success. So, in layman's terms, Ubisoft. Hang on.
Who?
Ubisoft has just figured out that releasing a game in a more finished state causes it to sell better. Incredible. So they've delayed some more stuff.
What? Okay, so I will say this is actually good news, because usually when Ubisoft delays a game, it's not good. They delay it and it still continues to have problems. They delayed this game and everybody was feeling negative about it because they were expecting what had previously happened to happen. Well, they delayed. They released the game in more of a functioning state than any other game, and it's done well. So look, if Ubisoft can learn, then we've just gotta teach these other people that we're not gonna buy their product if it's broken. So if you haven't bought it yet, go out and buy Shadows. Support them for doing the right thing. I bought it.
Hasn't played it yet.
Still haven't played it, but I bought it, and that's what they've seen. They've seen me spend my money on it. So that's what they care about. I was waiting for the updates because I thought the game would be broken.
Yeah.
So I didn't have faith in them. I just wanted the game, the steelbook. I'm sorry. I like physical things, tangible things, okay? The steelbooks are huge for me. Every game that comes out should have a $10 more package that gives you a steelbook with it. And I would buy it
just like
every single
things.
time. I do. I really do. So,
speaking of spending unnecessary amounts of money, Xbox has made a collaboration with Ordees.
Sorry, what now?
As Xbox has released a collaboration with Ordees.
Ordees nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you put it there.
Yeah.
What did you expect? What did you expect, man?
I was hoping that you would ask, what is Ordees? And then I would be able to get, but you beat me to it. Ordees is a headset company. I don't know why they picked that name. I've never heard of them before.
I don't know.
Apparently, it's a long-standing company that have been making headsets for a very long time, so maybe they're fine.
Yeah.
They have made an official Xbox collaboration, though. I'll throw it up on screen. It's floral. It has lots of features. I'm not going to go through them all because you don't care. It's a headset. It's a good headset. It is
good.
$339, though, for a headset.
Ooh. 339. So you mean what you're telling me is I can buy a Switch OLED or I can buy this headset?
Yeah.
Well, I think I know where my option is
yes,
because I may have just bricked mine.
It's a good headset. I looked through the features. It's a very premium headset. But Jesus Christ. $339.
That's okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, given the fact that Xbox has just recently raised all of its prices, this was probably going to be a $200 headset. But, Xbox raised everything else, and they were like, we've got to raise this too. So
the regular headsets that have exactly the same features, just sold by Ordees, are $20 cheaper.
Oh, so still $319?
Still a lot, but just the fact that Xbox is involved with this one and made no discernible changes to the product makes it $20 more.
Okay, but it's an Xbox collab, so I'm assuming there's some kind of physical characteristic that represents it's an Xbox?
Nope.
Okay, do the original ones work with Xbox?
Pretty sure. It's just a headset. You plug in.
Don't buy these. Don't. If you're watching this, don't buy these. Look, if you have $339 that you don't got nothing to do with, send it here. Okay? I'll put it to good use.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put something in the background for you. I'll put your name up here. Send me $340, and I'll put your name back here somewhere. Don't buy these. Come on.
Send it this way, man. I might actually get a Switch 2 someday. Come on. Keep it coming.
Yeah. This is Xbox. What are you doing? What are you doing? Other than, updating Silksong store page to include the Choose Edition drop down button. You see that? You see that? Boom. Got it. Silksong news.
You're not taking this away from me again. It's not happening.
Okay, fine. I'll do the intro. Got it? Okay, I'll do Silksong news and then I'll point at you because it's your turn. Ready? Silksong news.
The Xbox. So, you threw me off. You can't be doing that, man. That's messed with me. That's messed with my head.
You're gonna have more time editing this one, is all I can say. I already did my intro. You pick up from there. You figure out where this goes together at. You want me to do it again? I'll do it one more time.
No, I don't want you to do it again. This is my thing. I can't believe you had the audacity to steal it last week.
You didn't.
Xbox has updated the Silksong store page to include a Choose Edition drop down. What does this Choose Edition drop down mean? It has been speculated that this means, shockingly enough, there will be more than one edition of the game. This, however, is not the case. It simply means you can choose to play it on its own or as part of Game Pass. That is all. But there was a good 12 hours there where people thought there was going to be more than one edition of the game. There may still be, but this isn't what confirms it.
Yeah. I don't want to talk during it. It's your thing. I don't want to talk during it, so.
It is, man. It had been for, 5 weeks? And then last week you did it.
Well, you weren't very...
I will not stand for it.
You weren't very energetic, and I felt like Silksong needed energy. So
Okay, well, this week, all the energy is into this Silksong news.
And to be fair, to, my update of Silksong got a comment that was... Well, it was a comment, okay?
That's just because you know the guy.
I do know the guy, but did you read the comment though? That was fully
I read the comment.
That's fully because he's a Silksong fan.
But...
He's not a fan of me. He's a Silksong fan, and we were talking about it. So that message was.
You hear that?
I cried a
guy
tear
who knows Stan
reading that message.
I'm talking about it again now.
That was a beautiful message, man.
It was a beautiful message. If anyone hasn't seen the comment, it was ethereal. It changed my day.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to reply. I just went with like, yeah, me too, bro.
I mean, what else were you
this
gonna
guy
do?
said.
What are you gonna do? Like, it was pretty good.
It was beautiful.
It was a great time. Let's see.
A single tear rolled down my leg. It was
a single tier. Well, speaking of single tier, do you know double deck building? Because Devolver announced Shroom and Gloom, which is a double deck building first person roguelike.
These are getting worse by the episode.
The question,
they weren't good to begin with.
The question is this going to be the game that launches the same day as GTA 6?
That's what I was wondering, because that would be... I doubt it, because this is Devolver, right? So when they announce the game, it's mostly done. They're not making super ambitious 3D PSSLL
to release next year at this time.
Yeah, if they're announcing the game now, I doubt they're going to sit on it for another year.
Yeah. Plus Shroom and Gloom, like I don't know if that's going to be a good one to go against GTA 6.
I don't think anything Devolver makes is going to be a good thing to go against GTA 6. But this is a cool looking game.
Ouch.
So it's double deck building, right? You have a
what if they do like World of the Lamb?
I don't know why I said Cult of the Lamb last week. I'm well aware that Devolver did not make Cult of the Lamb.
I know it was a good one.
Came to mind.
I had to bring it up. I was say, wait, did they not? Did they not make it?
No.
Why's it got their name on it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Devolver didn't make
I have
Portal
I
1,
have the
did it?
game right here. It says Devolver on the side of it.
Wow, did they publish it?
I don't know.
Cult of the Lamb developer Massive Monster. Was it? It might have been Devolver published.
I have the deluxe edition, and at the bottom it just says Devolver across it. So maybe they just made the deluxe edition.
Publisher.
I don't know.
Devolver. No, Devolver published it.
Oh, they
Okay.
published it. Okay.
That
Well,
makes
see,
sense.
I mean, they announced it. Maybe
My joke makes sense. Okay,
maybe
that's
they're
fine
only
then.
publishing Shroom and Gloom. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, yeah, Devolver is a publisher, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
not-
So they're not going to release a
Okay,
game the
whatever.
same day as GTA 6. They're going to publish a game the same day as GTA 6, and it'll probably be a
And
book.
ruin whatever game they're publishing.
Yeah. Maybe they're publishing GTA 6 and nobody knows it. And this is how they're
Imagine.
sleight of hand, like they're just involved in it somehow. And they're just like, "See, we released a game the same day." Because it is interesting that they changed to exactly the same day from the same day. So like you would think if they were planning to release a game later this year, it would be ready later this year. They would release it then instead of delaying it just to meet this other game. I'm telling you, Devolver's involved somehow. Okay? This is
I don't think they've
You heard it here
picked what
first.
game it's gonna be yet. I think they've just said that they're gonna. I don't think even they know which game they're gonna release the same day as GTA.
I think it's going to
I
be
think they're just gonna
GTA.
pick the closest one they have and be like, "Yep, move it up
There's
a
going to be
month."
some kind
or
of
something.
collab with the assets of Devolver in the game or something. Like there's going to be an arcade game you can play like in a gas station, and it's going to be Cult of the Lamb themed. And that's what. So they're releasing a game within a game, and that's how they're going to do it. Gameception,
Excited for it, man.
brought to you by Devolver.
Yeah, Shroom and Gloom. It looks cool. You have an exploration deck, which is how you get around, and then you have a fighting deck, and it's a roguelike. It's first person 3D.
But do you have a
Looks pretty
Steam
cool.
Deck?
Do you have a what?
Do you have a Steam Deck? You've got a fighting deck and all that. Do you have a Steam Deck? That's the question.
You can probably get it on the Steam Deck.
Okay. Well, if that's interesting enough to talk about, Steam also has something going. Internet got mad at a reported Steam information breach that turns out to be a collection of temporarily OTPs, which they're not valid without encrypted phone number. They were being sent. What the hell? What is this? In short, nothing happened. Okay, so I was confused about nothing. Good. All right. Steam takes this opportunity to remind people that nothing actually happened. You should probably be using two-factor authentication anyways. I
love how he just boldly reads out these points, having no idea.
No
what they
idea,
mean. I could
no
write
idea.
anything in these.
You could.
And you would
I would
just-
have read it. Yep. You see, I started.
So
You see, I
essentially-
started out with that really well, and then I just lost steam.
Good one. I see what you did there.
Thank you.
So when you try and log into something and you don't have the authenticator app for it, it sometimes says, "Can we send you a code to your phone? Can we text you a code?" To get into the account.
Okay. Following.
That's called a one-time password or an OTP.
Oh, okay.
You can't use those without knowing which account it's linked to, which you get from the phone number. And a bunch of these were intercepted as they were sent to the people in like a half an hour period or something. But they were intercepted before they reached the phone, and the destination is encrypted. So they didn't know what account the one-time password was for. They just had a one-time password. They were leaked for a little bit. So essentially they got some useless passwords without the usernames.
Okay.
And nothing happened. Nobody got hacked. But the internet blew up. They just saw the fact that Steam had a data breach and was like, "Oh no, change your password," which you should do regularly anyway. But
Nah.
Steam made an announcement saying, "Oi, you bloody morons! Nothing actually happened. We're secure. But if you're worried about it, use 2FA anyway. It's there for a reason."
Yeah.
So
That is honestly, if you're upset about the security of something and you haven't used all the security that's available to you, shut up.
exactly.
What? Like, that's like running a stop sign at a crosswalk and saying that there was nothing there to prevent you from hitting it. There was a stop sign. It told you to stop. Why didn't you listen? Oh, oh. People all day this day. It's just, my goodness. How?
Now for the biggest news of the week.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna.
Something that. Well, do you have anything else to say?
Well, I was gonna
about this
say. I was gonna
nothing
say
news?
how long. How long did this happen, or how long did this turn out to be a thing for?
They were passwords that were valid for 15 minutes. I don't think
15
they were
minutes.
getting them for very long.
Oh, dang. Glad you didn't say.
Nobody got breached.
Okay.
Not a single account was actually hacked.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to build off of this because I was hoping you were gonna say hours, and I was gonna say, speaking of hours, 24 hours is how.
You can't segue with the end of the point because nobody knows what you're talking about yet.
That's the point, isn't it? Isn't it? Because you can't say no. That's not a good segue because we haven't gotten there yet, right? No. Is it daytime or
I feel
nighttime
like I was
there?
building to this
Huh?
just fine.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
It's just hit 10 past midnight.
So night, yeah. Speaking of night, Fortnite, their update has just been delayed 24 hours. Okay. I don't know what information this is to you or anything else, but it's been
I
delayed.
need to stop letting you do segues.
What are you talking about? It's great, man. It's great. Way to keep
As
this
I
up.
was saying, the most important news of the week, the saddest news of the week is that yes, the Fortnite update has been delayed for a whopping 24 hours.
Really, it's the first I'm hearing of this.
It is because the whole lawsuit that's going on with the Epic Store not being allowed on, like, Fortnite in-game purchases not being allowed on the Apple Store.
Oh yeah, right. Because
Something
that's
like
the
that.
thing, right? Oh, I forgot about that.
That whole thing. That's right. Me too. It
made
turns out
everybody so
something
mad, and then I was just went away.
Yeah. It turns out something happened with it, and Fortnite submitted the app to Apple, and Apple haven't gotten back to them yet, and it's been like a week, and they just haven't accepted or denied it. They've just fucking ignored them completely. So they've delayed this update because of this for some reason.
Yeah.
And they're now saying that it may be delayed further because Apple still hasn't gotten back to them. This is simply Epic Games trying to get people to be mad at Apple because there is absolutely no reason why the update can't release on every other platform.
Well, I appreciate them. Thank you, Epic. We need a reason for everybody to remember they're mad at Apple because we need that. I need a daily reminder. Okay, honestly, I have one because I'm an Android user and my wife uses Apple, so I have a daily reminder that I hate it. So thank you for putting that out in the world. We need that. We need more Apple hate, and maybe that'll teach Nintendo not to follow Apple's business strategy, because if Apple gets the hate, then Nintendo will get the hate, and we'll have devices that because. The Game Boy Advance never bricked. Okay, mine still works. Back from the '90s, they didn't brick it to get me to buy the Game Boy Advance SP. They didn't brick that to get me to buy the DS. All of these things still work, but you're telling me my Switch doesn't work? There's a change here, and I don't like it. I blame Apple.
Speaking of things being broken, the lack of an update has actually destroyed Fortnite.
Has it?
Because this update was supposed to be for the mid-season, like when you get access to the.
Oh, this was for
what's it
Grievous,
called? Not the
wasn't
battle
it?
pass, the Grievous stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So the timers that unlocked this still went off. It still unlocked it. The quests are there,
But you can't
none
do
of
them.
the stuff. None of the stuff to actually unlock is in the game yet because the update hasn't dropped. So Grievous is there.
So you can
And the
unlock
quest to
Grievous,
unlock
you
Grievous
just
is
can't
there.
have him.
You just can't have him. You can't get any of the stuff on his page of the pass because none of the models are in the game yet. Because they haven't updated it.
Wow. Wow. That is... Man, I'm mad at Apple. You know what I'm saying? I just... Thank you, Epic. Thank you. Thank you for doing
So
what
honestly,
you can.
I expect by the time this episode goes up and you're actually watching this, it's probably had the update.
Probably.
But, you know, as of right now, recording this on what has just become the 16th and is still the 15th for good old Stan over here.
The 15th over here.
It's not out yet.
I will say, though, Fortnite, again, right now is the biggest and best... I don't know that I've actually said this on the podcast, but the biggest and best Star Wars PvP game you have available right now. Battlefront 2 has gotten a resurgence for whatever reason. I think, honestly, Fortnite's to blame. I think people have played the Star Wars Fortnite, and they're like, you know what? We had a game that we really liked playing that was Star Wars, and they went back to Battlefront 2 because everybody hates Battlefield 2042. Because that's what
You said to blame like it's a bad thing.
What?
You said Fortnite is to blame like it's a bad thing that people are playing Battlefront again. Battlefront's great.
They're to blame for people hating on other companies for not making Battlefront 3 because, you know, we should have that by now. But we don't have that. It's probably not even in the workings because game developers are stupid and don't know what fans want. But
yeah, I have no idea.
Fortnite, I imagine because this season launched and then Battlefront 2 got a resurgence. There are people, you can actually go on there and find games.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for a game that hasn't got an update in 5 years. And the only thing happening right now is Fortnite Star Wars. So I fully believe that's connected. And thank you, Epic, for that. Now, Epic, do you want to make Battlefront 3? Because... Just saying.
God, no.
Well, as long as they're actually... because
Can you imagine?
This
Battlefront 3 has a battle pass.
No, okay, let's not do it. Because my problem with Fortnite is, like, yes, it is cool to run around with a lightsaber and stuff like that. But it's not good lightsaber combat. Because it's simply mash a button. Like, you can't duel. You just go in and swing as many times as you can, and hopefully you swung first. Because that's how the fighting's going to work in that game. It's like the same with everything. The bat, pickaxe, everything. Just if you can hit the person more than they hit you, you win. And that's not good lightsaber fighting. And Battlefront 3 should be able to give us that, hopefully, I think. I don't know. I've still never played a Battlefront game. I own both of them now. Ha! But I still haven't played them. I need to.
They're fun.
I will one day.
Good games.
I want to play the first one first because I'm like that.
So.
I doubt I'll be able to play online with anybody. Hey, wait, you got Battlefront 2? Can we play?
Well, no, but
can we play online together?
I don't have them anymore. I've played them. I don't have versions.
Come on, man. I need someone to play with. Well, good thing there's people playing it now. I'll find someone. Doesn't have to be you.
Campaigns are good as well.
I wanted it to be you, but it doesn't have to be you. It's fine. I'll find someone. Anybody out there? Hey, hit me with your gamer tag in the comments. If you're playing Battlefront 2, I'll play with you. I'm new here. I'll play though.
It's a good time. Looking for group.
Yeah. Single podcaster looking for a group to play games with.
Thinks it stands for let's fucking go.
It does.
You got anything else to add?
No, I guess that's about it. Yeah. All right, unless you want to pad this runtime a little bit longer.
Tell the industry to start doing more stuff. I don't know what to tell you.
Just
nothing happened this week.
Yeah, just do better, gaming companies. Give us more news. We need news. We're a new...
We did just come off the week of like a lot of GTA 6 stuff.
We're a respectable news outlet in the eyes of 7 to 10 YouTube users. Okay? So let's do something about this. Let's give us news. We're going to start making predictions.
Anyway,
that's what we're going to do.
Yes, let's just make up some news.
Yeah, let's make
misinformation time.
Yeah.
Let's just spread some stuff.
The clickbait is here. Bite it, you fish.
Breaking news! The Nintendo Switch 2 will give you wings. In a new collaboration with Red Bull, Nintendo has decided to make you a flying cap. just like the 64.
See, now that would be a great short. Nobody would have any idea what you're talking about, but then, you put in there that we were going to make things up. So that would be great. Silksong has been confirmed to have a collector's edition. It's going to include, what was the name of the first game?
Breaking news! Silksong is confirmed to exist. Thank you for watching. But yes, genuinely, thank you for watching.
Yes.
We do appreciate it. We will see you next week for hopefully more exciting stuff. I've been Aiden.
I'm Stan. Watch the shorts. They're just this in smaller segments, but watch them, please. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on that. How do people do this?
The bell, ring bells.
Ring bells.
So just press all the buttons.
Hell's
except
bells.
the dislike button.
Ring them.
All the other ones. Press all the other ones.
Yes. Press.
Share
all.
with a friend.
If it's an option, do it. Hey, two-factor authentication. Make sure you get that too.
Yes.
It's important.
We will see you across the pond next week. Bye bye now.